everyone. Today I'm doing part 2 of my Traveler's Notebook 101 series. If you haven't seen part 1, which covers the essentials, then check that video out. I will link it here. And today I'm going to call this part the non-essential essentials, which are, in my opinion, a few extra things that you don't have to have, but I think will make your experience more fun. Now, I want to specify that when I'm talking about a traveler's notebook and my recommendations, I'm more focused on the type of journaling that involves photos, so documenting a trip or your daily life, focusing on that. So photos and journaling, and then a little bit embellishing, as opposed to like proper art journaling or even junk journaling in the traveler's notebook format, because that's what's mostly what I've been doing, and I think that's probably what most people, I'm gonna say, use this system for. I'm not sure about that. I haven't done a survey, but so that's what I want to talk about. Of course, you know, you don't have to have anything except paper and a pen, but if you do want some extra items, then that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm also going to focus on things that are easy to carry around. So that is the reason that I picked specific products. You've started a traveler's notebook, you want to include extra things in it, you need somehow to glue them down. Now, as I was working on this one, I started it actually when I was on a trip, and I actually did not have adhesive with me for quite a few days until I purchased some. I did have a couple of rolls of washi. So washi is great because you can, you know, adhere things with it. I'll show you just the first pages. You can see this entire thing in a video, but you see I didn't have adhesive, so everything is stuck down with these washi strips. And to make your life easy, I really suggest just pick 2 that you like, especially if you're doing this, you know, on the road or outside of your house. Pick 2. Don't get too involved in it, and yeah, and you can use that. It's really nice, you know, you don't have any like sticky glue or anything like that. It's very travel friendly, and it also has a pretty pattern. I want to show you a really great way of also carrying around some tapes. I didn't make this. My friend Tanya made this. So this is basically a piece of, she used watercolor paper. I think any kind of heavyweight paper will work. So she used the strip, and then she laminated it, and then she wrapped a bunch of washi tapes. So this is a great, very travel-friendly way of carrying around more patterns, if you know, that's what you prefer, and you can very easily store it. So I think this is a great way. There are, I think, all kinds of gadgets, but I really think this is a great system that you can very easily DIY by yourself. Of course, you can also pick up adhesive. I got this one at home. I use my gigantic ATG, but this is not relevant for traveling, so I got this one. And yeah, it worked well. It's not my favorite tape runner, but it worked well. I know Prima makes these like glue sticks. I actually have one somewhere, but I can't find it. If my life depended on it, I wouldn't know where it is. I have to say I much rather use something like tape as opposed to proper glue. That never really worked for me, and I don't like all the extra stickiness. So tape runner, washi is a must for me if you want to add things into your traveler's notebook, things that are not already adhesive backed. So I also really like adding my date with, not my date, the date with a date stamp. There are so many on the market. The one I have right now in heavy use is the Altenew one, but I know many companies make it, so it's not necessary to have this one. Of course you can write the date yourself, but I personally really like how that looks. So if you have a stamp, you need a stamp pad. I just took this one with me. Stazon works on every surface, so I don't have to worry, will it smear, will it dry? It's just, you know, a no-brainer. You can find smaller options. I don't know, I never trust these to not open in my bag. So I'm not, like, I never traveled with these. I prefer a trusty big pad. Also, it works well if you're taking other stamp sets with you. But yeah, there are very travel-friendly options. There are also some pads, I have one somewhere, that have like a few different like strips of different colors. I think that's also a really great idea, so you can have that variety with just one pad. I'll add a photo somewhere here of such a thing. Another thing that I found really helpful and enjoyable to have is an alpha set. And acrylic stamps, you know, I prefer to use wooden stamps when possible, just because they're so much easier. You know, you just grab, you don't have to peel, put on a block and then stamp it. However, nobody can say that wooden stamps are travel friendly, so such a set is really great. And this one is the Jenskow Adorn It Alpha stamp set, and I just love it. I got it in the middle of my trip, like after a few days, and I used it like all the time. It's really nice to, in my opinion, to have such a set. This one is one of these pads that have a few of the colors. I think it's really nice to have an alpha set because you don't have to worry about writing your own titles. You can just use a stamp, and also you don't have to worry about having like letter stickers. If you are, you know, familiar with letter stickers, you know that you always run out of the letters you need the first, and a stamp set doesn't have such limitations. If you are a stamper, I do have to mention a few sets that I found in my stash that I just thought would be really fun. So of course I'm going to mention my sets. So these are the two sets that I designed, and you can find them at Jenskow's website. We collaborated on these, and I just think it's nice to have kind of like a starting point. So these are more aimed for like everyday type of thing, you know, food, camera, TV, books, Happy Mail, that sort of thing. And then these are kind of like prompts to get you going or substitute your journaling if you're not really in the mood to go into detail. But there are so many other sets that I find would work really well, especially for a traveler's notebook, and especially if you're on the go. So I just want to show you, I don't know, I think all of these are, with the exception of Jen's sets, that if they're not available now, I'm sure she'll do a restock soon. But the other sets are old, you know, dig into your stash. I just want to show you some examples. This is another one of her new sets, Jen's. And I just thought it was like really cute for traveling. You have Journey, Worth It, Good, and also the geotag, and then a couple of patterns and some small sayings, and everything works really well together. You can see examples on Jen's videos and website. And then for travel, I think it's just really fun to have such sets that you can use. And I will be traveling a little bit in the coming months, so I think I will take one set that has such a theme. So if you remember, Scraptastic, back in the day, they made this really great stamp set, and this one is not. This one is also something, this is a Studio Calico set in collaboration with Kelly Perky. Kelly Perky is a big traveler, and I'm sure she makes still, I'm not really updated with what's going on with her, but she really makes some great stamps that I think would work really, really well for the traveler's notebook format. This is another cute one that kind of focuses on taking pictures, and here you have like a little square for the date. I really love having such things. I feel they give you a really nice starting point, and you don't have, even though anyone can draw, you know, a rectangle and write the date, there's still something really, really nice about having it in a stamp set, in my opinion. This is a really old Ali Edwards set, also focused on travel. Same here, and this is another cute Studio Calico Hero art set that has, you know, the Polaroid and then these vintage cameras and the world. So I think these are the kinds of sets that if I were to take with me, that's something I would go to, something you can use over and over again on almost every single page of your journal. Photos. If you want the option to print as you travel, there are these pocket printers. And I have the HP Sprocket, and it uses the zinc paper, which has no ink. So you just load it up and then it prints your photo. As far as I know, the technology of pocket printers is not the most amazing at this point in time. In the year 2019, we still have not figured out how to make really, really amazing photos with the pocket printers. I've seen videos comparing. I haven't found the need myself to try other ones because I haven't seen, from what I've seen online, I haven't seen anything that performs better or much better than the Sprocket that would be worth investing in. And yeah, so there are limitations. However, I had this with me and I just loved using it. The printer itself is very easy to use. The app is super cute and has really usable stickers that you can add. And I'll show you just a couple of examples that it's so easy. Even if you don't want like to have stamp sets or something, you can add the day, like here, Monday, very easily. And I've also added the name of the places into your photos if you don't want to stamp them or something, or write them with your handwriting. So of course you can do that with other apps, but it's just, I really enjoy the Sprocket app, so I thought I would mention it. You can also download the app without having the printer and just use their cute stickers. It's easy to use. It doesn't have batteries, so you can easily charge it anywhere now with a USB cable. The paper is extremely light and thin to take. Comparing this, you know, for example, I really like the look of Polaroid, like Instax photos, and I know there's the Instax camera, but the refills are like 5 times at least the size of this. With this, I can take with me, I don't have any more prints, but I can take like 50 prints without a problem and store them here with the printer in this bag, and it takes up hardly any space. It is a splurge, but I have really enjoyed it, and for me it totally, you know, justified the cost. You can also find like camera printer combo. I think today with the great cameras that most of us have on our mobile phones, I don't think it's worth the extra expense because the cameras are more expensive than just the printer. So I wouldn't go for that. But yeah, if it's something you're considering, I really, really enjoyed it. If you do find yourself journaling more on the go, or you travel a lot and you want to do that, I think it's really great to have. Oh, and something else I forgot to mention is that the prints here are sticky backed. So again, that makes life so much easier. Moving on to, you know, a clip is nice to have. That's kind of basic. 2 more things I want to mention. Embellishments. If you are like me and you like to embellish your, let's do a nice, nice organization here. If you're like me and you enjoy embellishing your pages, Stickers are, in my opinion, the way to go with a traveler's notebook, as opposed to like ephemera, because then you have a bunch of like papers lying around, and usually stickers are, you know, first of all, they already have adhesive, and secondly, they usually come on just a sticker, you know, page, and you don't have like a bunch of tiny papers. I really like sticker books, and some have also an alpha, which is nice. This one from Michaels has at the end 2 different alphas. Again, you know, with a stamp set, you never have to worry about running out of E's or S's or anything. And these are just really convenient because you can easily store them and you get a ton. This one I really enjoyed. It's from Michaels. It's $10, but you can use a coupon, and it has 900 stickers. I used a lot of it just in that one journal, and there's still, like you can see, there's still a lot here that I could use. So I think it's great value, especially if you use a coupon. And then another one I enjoyed is the Amy Tangerine one. I especially enjoyed these, like the days. I thought they really looked great. Something you can use throughout your journal. So sticker books are a great way to go. Another option is to go for something like a sticker kit. So these are not, you know, you have here the flakes, but this is the Stickii Kit Club. But these particular kits come in this folder, so it's kind of easy to carry around, and they sell also these folders where you can put a bunch of these. If you want to do that, there is that option. This is more travel friendly, I find, just the one booklet, but this is also very easy to have, and you have a nice selection of a bunch of stickers. Of course, you can just buy your own folder, and I've shown this in the previous video, something like this, like a sleeve that also goes into your traveler's notebook. You can just add a bunch of stickers to this for easy storage. One last thing, if you do enjoy adding a little bit of an artsy touch or watercolors or something, I have to give a mention to this set. So this is a water brush. I'm not a huge fan of water brushes because I don't feel they give me enough control. However, I can't argue with the fact that they are super travel friendly. And then this little pocket palette. This is not sponsored. I got this as a gift, and I've been enjoying it so much that I just have to mention it. You can make your own. I know these are like sold also in other places. This is like a business card holder. But the one made by the company is magnetic, so that saves you the hassle of figuring out how to stick your pans in. So the pans are metal, and they sell a bunch of pans in different configurations. There are smaller ones, bigger ones, more mixing areas, and I just think, you know, really with such a thing, you can really take watercolors with you everywhere. And I have gone out with this palette and used it on the go. It is so enjoyable, and even though it's teeny tiny, the pans themselves, you can see the size that I have. I really did not feel any limitations comparing this with like the regular half pans. So I can't say enough good things about this little thing. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and you know, it's so tiny. I mean, compare it to like an ink pad. It's the size of an ink pad, but half the height of it. So yeah, I wanted to mention this. And that's it. Please leave in the comments your own favorite supplies to take on the go with you or to use with your traveler's notebooks. I think next episode, I think we will focus on printing photos on different media, because that's something that a lot of you wanted to know and see. Yeah, I'll see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.